Hello, and welcome to your module on self-talk. My name is Shelbi Snodgrass, and I'm a registered clinical counselor, certified mental performance consultant, current PhD student at the University of Calgary, and primarily work in private practice. Today, we're going to go over what self-talk is, the benefits, types and strategies, race preparation, how to tame your inner critic, and things that will support you on race day. So, for those who are new to mental performance, self talk is the inner dialogue that occurs within your mind. It consists of your thoughts, your beliefs, different ideas you have about yourself, and they take place at a conscious and unconscious level every single day. So, it plays a significant um, influence on your emotions, your behaviors, and ultimately your performance. So, we're going to provide a bit of an opportunity for you to reflect on where you are with self talk, how helpful or unhelpful it is, and then how you can make adjustments at any point in your race preparation. So, in general, there are so many benefits from self talk. It can boost your confidence, so it reinforces helpful beliefs in your abilities and can help you feel more prepared and capable on race day. Enhances focus, so it will help you concentrate on your performance, pace, and breathing, ensuring that you're staying in congruence with your race strategy. Can improve endurance. So it encourages persistence and helping push through fatigue, discomfort, particularly on the most challenging aspects of the race for you. Can help you manage stress and anxiety. So calming self-talk can also help with nerves and help you stay composed under pressure and can lead to better decision making during the race. It promotes resilience, so helps with mental toughness and enables you to really overcome those moments where you feel like you're hitting a wall or unexpected difficulties or challenges during the race. Can help with general goal achievement. So, self talk can help set small, achievable goals during the race and can reinforce different areas of focus to increase motivation during these segments. So, provides a bit more of a sense of progress and overall enhances enjoyment. So, can help you keep gratitude, it can help your mindset and make the overall experience pleasant. So there are many types of self-talk. We're only going to focus on a few today, but in a general sense, self-talk is either helpful or unhelpful. So it's meant to be helpful. It provides encouragement. It provides affirming thoughts, boosts your confidence. What that could sound like is, I can do this. I'm prepared. I'm sure there's been times where you have examples where you've spoken to yourself in a helpful manner. Or it can be unhelpful, and typically the tendency is to be more critical about oneself, more self-defeating, self-deprecating in your thoughts, and you can tell that maybe the way you're speaking to yourself is less helpful when you're noticing symptoms of anxiety, increased stress, and ultimately a decrease in your performance. So that can sound like, I'm not good enough, I'll never succeed, this is really going to hurt, focusing on more of like the quote unquote negative aspects of an experience. So different types of self-talk can be instructional. So this is giving yourself different cues, reminders that can help with concentration and task execution, especially during difficult moments. So this can be, point your toes, lift your heels, lift your knees, keep your pace steady, breathe deeply. Um, and we're going to be using these different strategies based on what you need in your race plan. So everybody can be different. Motivational self-talk, this can be more energizing, kind of like your cheerleader, your biggest cheerleader. This is how you'd be speaking to yourself. And the objective here is to encourage your effort. So keep pushing. You're almost there. You can do this. You're ready. And for those that prefer a bit more like objective, neutral self talk, you can give yourself specific facts or thoughts that aren't as emotionally charged to observe and describe your situation, which ultimately could help give you more focus and direction. So, for example, there's 3 miles left, or, there's X amount of kilometers left. So, depending on what you need, those are some strategies. In terms of race preparation, it is helpful to have an honest conversation with yourself in terms of what your why is for running this marathon. So reflect deeply on your motivations, your values, what's driving you. Consider what it represents for you to achieve this goal, whether it's your first or one of many. So, identifying the personal significance is one way that you can really align your goal with your values and what it means for you at this time. So, we want to reflect on the motivation, identify your personal significance. It can be different than others, and then be clear with your intention. So, this race, for example, represents my journey of dedication to health. And, my intention is I'm committed to completing this marathon as a testament to my goal, to my strength. So, resonates with you, keep it somewhere safe, but mentally preparing for a marathon and the ups and downs of training or some of where you have to dig deep on difficult moments of the course, it's going to be helpful to draw upon this why in those moments. I know for my first marathon, well, first and only, I thought, you are doing this for yourself and you can finish, trust your plan. So that was a little bit about how my why supported me. Other ways that preparation can help at any point in your journey is to set clear goals. So, what do you want to achieve? Maybe it's a personal best, maybe it's the experience, maybe you're doing it with some friends. So, breaking down the marathon into smaller steps will be really helpful as well. Visualizing your success. So, how do you want to feel? What are you going to be saying to yourself throughout the race? So, really matching this, whether it's per 5 kilometer, per 10, picturing yourself and how you'll handle difficult moments, mapping out the course specifically too, and knowing that ahead of time can be helpful. How will you manage yourself when you hit the wall, right? How will you push through? How will you navigate this obstacle? So we want to really look at building a helpful mindset through our self-talk at this point. So replacing any unhelpful self-critic thoughts with affirmations. For example, like I am strong, I am prepared, and focus on your progress, not just the end goal. Reset every kilometer. You have a choice. Each water station, use it as a bit of a cleanse for yourself. So all these things can help give a boost as you need it, which ultimately will increase your resilience. So this is training your mind to handle discomfort and pushing through in a different way. So instead of seeing difficulties as a roadblock, you're seeing them as opportunities to further build your resilience. Really, take some time to develop your race plan, whether that's with your coach or something that you feel comfortable with yourself. How will you pace yourself, manage your hydration, tackle the difficult aspects of the course of the race, and different strategies for staying calm, staying focused, staying motivated, staying technically sound. Maybe there's a few mantras that you enjoy. And again, what you might say that helps support each of the little goals that you've set up. Embracing the process, so knowing that part of the joy is in training, recognizing that every time you show up for yourself at training, you're contributing to your success on race day, and that's something to feel pretty proud about. So, acceptance is a big aspect here. Not every run is gonna go perfectly, is gonna feel the way that you'd hoped it would, but there's always a learning and there's always a deeper understanding, even if that's letting go and really seeing what your body might need at that talk. So the way we talk to ourselves in those moments have such a big impact on race day. So staying consistent. This helps build confidence. If there's anything about confidence, it's going back to the work that you've done to show up for this moment. So tracking your progress, that can be one way to really boost motivation when you need it. And then anticipate what you might be like on race day. So, practicing different relaxation techniques, being really comfortable with deep breathing, different meditation practices, any routine that helps you day of race. We don't want to make any big changes before an event. So, really starting to implement this during your training as well. It will help you stay calmer for race day. And being flexible. There's different things to adjust, adapt for, whether it be unforeseen challenges, whether it be weather dependent. So having a mindset that you're able to embrace like some unpredictable aspects of your training or your race will really help you focus on what you can control in these moments. And then sharing your goals with friends, family, your support system. This will help you navigate challenges, support each other during the journey, and ultimately celebrate on race day together. So everybody has an inner critic. It will pop up at different times. And the best thing that you can do is first and foremost, know what your inner critic says, know when they show up, know them intimately. So self awareness is the first step. Notice when you're engaging in this sort of self talk, and then recognizing your patterns will help you be able to make adjustments to the self talk. So if I'm noticing I'm saying, I don't know if I can do this, I'm tired, say, hey, you've done this for X amount of weeks. You can do this, knees up, right? So, see, there's a little bit of motivation and instructional self talk that went into that example. You can challenge your unhelpful thoughts. So, is this true or is it based on assumptions or am I overgeneralizing here? So, you can replace these thoughts with a more realistic, evidence based statement. For example, oh, I'm so exhausted. How am I going to run this race? Hey, I have, X amount of time before race day. I'm going to be stronger and I'm going to feel ready for when that time comes. You can reframe statements, so turning more of your self-critic into helpful statements. So I can't do this to I will do my best. And then shifting from problem focused self-talk to more solution based. So instead of I always fail, think, what can I learn from this? So practicing positive, like loving affirmations can be helpful, like I am capable, I am improving. And what we want to do is create this to be more of our baseline, and which can be done over time. So neuroplasticity is a beautiful thing. Let's use it to our advantage. You can visualize your success. So imagine yourself overcoming your challenges, achieving your goals, and it will ultimately approve your dedication or commitment to your desired outcome. You can cultivate self-compassion. I can't speak enough about this. So if you struggle with this or you notice your inner critic is quite persistent, speak to yourself as if you would a friend. So when you catch it, say, well, what would I say to a friend that came to me and said this exact thing? So with encouragement, with understanding, and it will also give you an opportunity to celebrate more of your progress and the small wins because they add up to the big ones. Replacing should statements. This is huge. Change this to I choose to, I want to, I get to. This ultimately shifts our brain into a sense of gratitude and also a sense to focus on what's in your control, coming back to your intention, kind of your purpose statement, your why, and surround yourself with like-minded people. So people who are pursuing similar passions, who uplift you, encourage you, celebrate you when you need it most. These are who you can work into your plans to support you building up to training and ultimately race day. So when you prep for race day, focus on confidence, as I mentioned. So I am ready. I've trained for this. That's going to be helpful. Visualizing your success, again, you can do that to help calm yourself on race day. So using deep breathings as well, anything else that helps you work out your jitters, and remind yourself about your segmenting your race plan, right? So one thing at a time and trusting that plan at this point. Reinforce optimism and gratitude. So, strong and steady, I've got this, I've trained for this. Um, Remind yourself of your why. So coming back to the purpose, coming back to what will fuel your motivation, and trust your training. Again, staying disciplined, staying consistent. This is what's going to help you on race day. So I'm prepared. I am ready for this challenge and ultimately have fun. So whether you think you can or you can't, you're right. So I hope that some of these strategies are what you're already using and can be helpful for you, or maybe there's a few tips or tricks that you picked up from this module that will help you. So best of luck. If you have any questions, don't hesitate to reach out. I would love to hear from you. So good luck.